A white man named Billy Moore arrives in Bangkok chasing a career in boxing. During one of his matches, he prepares backstage while a young fighter named Ngap steps into the ring first. As Billy waits for his turn, a sudden wave of anxiety hits him hard. To calm his nerves, he secretly takes Yaba, something he has been relying on before almost every fight. The drug pushes his emotions into overdrive, and when he finally enters the ring, he fights without control or strategy. His opponent turns out to be far more skilled and easily beats him down, leaving Billy battered and shaken. Outside the ring, Billy lives the life of a reckless young man. He wanders through nightclubs looking for Yaba, which is illegal in Bangkok at the time. One night, while he is using the drug in his apartment, the police break in and arrest him on the spot. At the station, officers present solid evidence, leaving Billy with no way to deny anything. And in that single moment, his world collapsed into darkness. This is a prayer before dawn. Billy is sentenced to 5 years in prison and taken to the notorious Klong Prem, known for its harsh conditions. While his height is being measured during intake, a guard named Campbell secretly slips him heroin. Billy is then pushed into a crowded communal cell filled with dozens of inmates. Inside, he is immediately approached by a ladyboy inmate trying to befriend him, and he also discovers that the prisoner lying beside him has already died from illness. Even after just 1 day, Billy feels the brutal reality of prison life. He has to fight through a crowd of inmates just to get drinking water. And a scuffle breaks out that ends with him being dragged away to a tiny cage-like cell. The next morning, Billy and several others are moved into a different block filled with violent inmates who carry a long list of criminal histories. There, Billy must report to the cell leader, a former gangster named King. Everyone already knows Billy is a boxer and a drug addict. King orders him to do push-ups as a condition for staying in the cell, and while he does it, some of King's men harass him in humiliating ways. Not long after, Billy witnesses fights constantly erupting between new inmates and old ones. King steps in to stop the chaos, demanding discipline from everyone. Later that night, while Billy heads to the toilet, King's men suddenly grab him from behind. They drag a new inmate away to be beaten, and watching this unfold leaves Billy weak, terrified, and fully aware of how cruel life behind these walls is. The next morning, the entire prison wakes to a grim shock. A new inmate has died after doing the unthinkable. Once the body is taken away, Billy notices King's right-hand man, Lek, watching him closely. Lek quietly warns him not to reveal anything about what happened the night before. Later, during mealtime, Billy approaches a guard to ask for painkillers. The guard refuses because Billy has no money or cigarettes to barter with. Frustrated and desperate, Billy loses control and lashes out, which ends with guards beating him down. He is dragged to the clinic, where a ladyboy inmate named Fame tends to his injuries. Once he recovers, Billy returns to his usual routine behind bars. One day, Kang and Lek, fully aware that Billy is an addict, offer him Yaba. The drug is not free, and Billy will have to pay later if he takes it. The following day, Billy goes to the canteen where Fame is on duty. He thanks her for helping him and begs to borrow a pack of cigarettes, promising to repay her once his father sends money. Fame gives in. Billy immediately trades those cigarettes to Lek in exchange for more drugs. That night, while the inmates are sleeping, an alarm suddenly blares. Guards flood the block and force everyone into the yard. 3 officers have been murdered, and a full search begins. During the inspection, a guard finds drugs hidden in Billy's shirt. Billy insists the shirt is not his, and after checking, the guards discover it belongs to Lek. Lek is pulled out of the lineup and taken away for punishment. The next day, as Billy heads to eat, he sees Campbell clashing with a group of Muslim inmates. The argument escalates, turning into a violent brawl. After the meal, Billy approaches Campbell to give him yaba, since Campbell once provided it for free. But the next day, when Billy returns, Campbell changes the deal. He demands Billy attack the 3 Muslim inmates he fought with earlier. Billy refuses at first, knowing it is against the rules, but his addiction is too strong. In the end, he beats the 3 inmates so severely that they nearly die. Overcome with guilt, Billy realizes how much the drug has destroyed him. Feeling trapped and ashamed, he decides to do the unthinkable to end his suffering once and for all. Fortunately, another inmate notices his condition just in time and rushes him to the prison infirmary. After recovering, Billy receives a visit from Nyap, who proudly shares that he has won a Muay Thai tournament. He expresses disappointment in Billy for wasting his own potential, yet still insists Billy has hope left. His words hit Billy deeply, bringing him to tears. Motivated again, Billy starts spending his time practicing shadowboxing. One day he spots the fighters from the prison's official training cell running laps in the yard. Curious and inspired, he approaches the group and asks their coach, Pong, to let him join. But because Billy brings nothing to offer, Pong turns him away without hesitation. Billy returns to Fame, asking to borrow more cigarettes. Even though he has not paid back the previous pack, Fame hands him another without hesitation. He takes the cigarettes straight to Pong and offers them as his entry fee into the prison's fighting team. Pong accepts and agrees to train him. Since Billy used to be a boxer, Pong immediately tests him by putting him against one of his students, a fighter named Cat. Billy gets beaten badly, reminding him how long it has been since he last trained. Over the next few days, Billy throws himself into practice. Training becomes his outlet, a way to control his emotions and slowly pull himself away from the grip of yaba. One night, Billy joins a betta fish gambling match, wagering cigarettes against other inmates. He wins, but the bookie accuses his fish of cheating. Before things escalate, Keng steps in and orders his men to pay Billy his prize, a single pack of cigarettes. The next day, Billy uses that pack to repay his debt to Fame. Feeling guilty, he finally admits to her that his father does not even know he is in prison. Billy has been living alone in Thailand with no family support. Fame then opens up about her own past, revealing that she ended up in prison for killing her father, a man who constantly beat her for not accepting her identity. Through that shared vulnerability, the two grow closer. For the next week, Billy trains hard under Pong's guidance. Soon, he is given a chance to fight in a match held for the prison's anniversary event. His opponent will be another of Pong's fighters, a man named Kang. When the day arrives, the fight becomes a grueling battle. By the end of the 3rd round, Billy is already badly beaten, but he refuses to quit. He pushes into the 4th round with everything he has left. In the final moments, Billy and Kang trade brutal strikes, both aiming for decisive blows. Just before the clock runs out, Billy lands a clean knockout. His victory draws the attention of the head warden, and the inmates from his block cheer him on with pride. The very next day, Billy receives an offer to represent Klong Prem in an inter-prison Muay Thai competition. Without hesitation, he accepts. Billy is transferred into the fighter's cell block. His old cellmates are sad to see him go, but life in the new block is far better. He finally gets nutritious meals and a structured routine. He bonds with other fighters, including Kang, who shares his own story. Kang was originally sentenced to 3 years, but after killing 3 inmates using Muay Thai techniques, his time was extended to 13 years and beyond. Eventually, Kang also joins the fighter's block, feeling more at home among people who live by strength and discipline. As a welcome gesture, the fighter inmates give Billy a large back tattoo of a leaping tiger. For a while, Billy finds real happiness again. He trains, laughs, and starts to feel like he belongs. But the peace does not last. One day, Billy accidentally walks in on fame with another inmate.
I'm busy now, okay?
Heartbroken and frustrated, he spirals again and buys drugs from Lek. Fueled by the yaba, he ends up attacking Cat out of anger. Because of this, Billy is removed from the fighter's block and placed temporarily in a different cell. There he reflects on what he has done and regrets hurting someone who trusted him. After 2 days, he is allowed back and apologizes to Cat, who surprisingly forgives him. Billy settles back into training and reconnects with the fighters. Little by little, the rhythm of camaraderie returns, and he finds himself laughing with the others again. One day, while Billy is showering, King and his men suddenly grab him from behind. King, who carries HIV, threatens to infect Billy if he loses the upcoming inter-prison fight. They want Billy to win, and in return, he must hand over the prize money to them. Cornered and frightened, Billy agrees, and they leave him shaken. The next day after training, Billy suddenly vomits blood and feels a sharp pain in his abdomen. Once he recovers enough to stand, he is brought to the head warden, who tells him that his internal organs have been severely damaged from years of alcohol and drug abuse. Even so, Billy refuses to back out. The fight is only 2 days away, and he is determined to push through. Soon, the day of the match arrives. Billy, King, and Pong are transported to another prison where the event will take place. Before the fight begins, Pong gives Billy a quick warm-up session to help steady his nerves. But once training stops, the anxiety surges again. Billy feels the temptation to reach for yaba, but he remembers the damage it has caused and forces himself to stay strong. With the crowd roaring, Billy walks toward the ring. The first round opens with a barrage of strikes from both fighters. Billy takes a hard hit to the stomach, and the pain from his injuries flares up immediately. Still, he refuses to quit. He keeps getting up even as his opponent repeatedly puts him down. During one fall, the opponent kicks him while he is on the ground. Pong reacts with anger since a Muay Thai fighter is never supposed to strike a fallen opponent. Feeling cheated, Billy channels his frustration into the third round. He attacks with everything he has left and finishes the fight with a spinning elbow that knocks his opponent out cold. But the victory comes at a cost. Billy suddenly vomits blood again and collapses in the ring. Guards rush him to a public hospital as he drifts in and out of consciousness. By the next morning, Billy wakes up and asks to go to the restroom. When he steps out, he quietly considers escaping. He slips into the elevator, exits the hospital beneath the distracted gaze of the security staff, and wanders into the city. People watch him as he walks, lost and exhausted. When he reaches a set of train tracks that seem to stretch into nowhere, he stops. At that moment, he realizes he has no one in this country and nowhere to go. With that painful awareness, Billy turns around and walks back to the hospital. After recovering, he is sent back to Klong Prem to finish his sentence. There he finally receives a visit from his father. Seeing him travel all the way from England brings Billy a rare moment of peace, and he smiles for the first time in a long while. The film closes with a message. After spending 3 years in a Thai prison, Billy was transferred to a facility in England. In October 2010, he was granted amnesty by the King of Thailand and released. From that point on, Billy began writing a book about his life. He titled it A Prayer Before Dawn, and it eventually became an international bestseller. So the moral of the story is if life keeps punching you in the face, maybe stop borrowing cigarettes, stop doing yaba, and for the love of everything holy, stop picking fights with people who can actually fight back.